Here we're dealing with polynomials. These first two, we're going to name them and determine the degree, and then we're also going to be adding and subtracting. So name each polynomial by degree and the number of terms. So a reminder of degree, each term has a degree, and then the entire polynomial has a degree. So each term, this one has degree 6. You go by the exponents. And these only have one variable in each, so normally we would add the exponents of the variables, but this just has one, so the degree of just this term is 6. The degree of this term is 4, and the degree of this term is 0, because there's no x or y or any variable. So that's the degree of each term. This is asking for naming the polynomial by its degree. And so to name the polynomial by its, or give the degree of the polynomial, you go by the largest. So this has degree 6. And then we're going to name it by the number of terms. This one has 3 terms. Terms are separated by plus or minus signs. And so this is 3 terms, so this is called a trinomial. So if you remember, 1 term is called a monomial, 2 terms a binomial, 3 terms is a trinomial, and after 3 we just say a polynomial. So let's look at this next one, the degree. We could think of the degree of each term. The degree of this one is 3, the degree of this term is 2, the degree of this term is 1, and the degree of this term is 0. So for the degree of the polynomial, we just want the highest, so degree 3. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 terms, so we just call it a polynomial. And sometimes we'll say a polynomial with 4 terms, but polynomial is fine. So that's stating the degree of the polynomial and then naming it by the number of terms. And then let's look at addition and subtraction of polynomials. This isn't a new concept. We're really just adding and subtracting like terms. Like terms means they have the same variables, and the variables have the same exponent. Now this one is a subtraction, and so when we think of subtraction, I'm going to write another step here. Subtraction is the same as adding the opposite. So we want the opposite of this whole polynomial here. To do the opposite, we're going to do the opposite of each term. So this first term is positive. We're going to make it negative. So minus 3m to the 4th. The second one is negative, so the opposite is positive, 5m squared. And then negative or minus 8m. And now we're going to look for like terms. I actually look for the highest variable first, the highest degree first. So here we have to the 4th power. And so 6m to the 4th minus 3m to the 4th is 3m to the 4th. 6 minus 3 is 3. So when we add or subtract, we do not change the exponents. The next highest I see here is a squared. We have a 3m squared plus 5m squared is 8m squared. And then I just see to 3 to the m, negative 3 to the m, negative 8 to the m gives negative 11m, not to the m. And so that's our answer for that one. So remember, when you subtract, you're adding the opposite and change the sign of each term. Over here we can rewrite this one for number 28, x cubed minus 7x. This is subtraction, so I'm going to change the signs of those. So that's a minus 5x cubed minus 1. This is plus, so we don't change any signs there, so plus 8 minus x. So we want to look for like terms, starting with the highest, which is the cubed. We have an x cubed, which really means 1x cubed. So 1x cubed minus 5x cubed is negative 4x cubed. Next we have x's, negative 7x minus x. Negative 7x minus, again, this is like a 1x. So that's negative 8x. And then right here, we have negative 1 plus 8, which is 7. And so that's how you add and subtract polynomials. If you have a negative, make sure you add the opposite, so make each term opposite, and then you add like terms, which means they have the same variable and the same exponent.